Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 2, and I'm a little bit sick right now, so I'm probably going to be snuffling and sneezing. I'll try to cut out as much of that as I can without getting rid of my talking. So, we are in Harvest Valley, and I just walked through the poop again. The only thing we've done in here is looked around a little bit and activated this NPC who is sent back to Majula. This time we're going to do more of the actual area. Now, you might have already guessed, but the theme of this area is poison. And as you're going to see, this is kind of a short area. We're mostly just headed towards that castle in the distance there. But it's also a very, I don't know, memorable area in that there is a lot of, I don't know, stuff to be seen here. And this fog here is poisoned, as you might expect. There's a lot of goodies down here, dude. You want to minimize your amount of time spent in the poison, but as soon as you're out of the fog, it doesn't poison you anymore. These skeletons are not a big deal. Ooh, Titan shirt. The main problem is these guys. I don't have very many arrows, so I probably should get more. Let's go ahead and do that, because I'm going to want to be heavily using my bow in this area. Because there's many there's many enemies that are greatly, I don't know. Actually, I should get arrows in the next area. There are many enemies that are made much easier by using ranged weapons, including these fellows over here, who are pretty stout. Now, one of the items you want to use here are these. And there's not really anywhere else that these things come in handy, so you might as well do that. And you could increase your, poison resist through armor, but I don't really find any use for that. I'm gonna get poisoned here, so. Let's go ahead and equip this item. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but, I can't really not use it since I got all those items, but, I don't know. So, these guys are very tough. You basically do not want to get hit by that attack. Actually, I might as well just pick up some of these items. Poison throwing knives, they're basically as good as normal throwing knives. I mean, except they have poison on them. If I'm going to be standing in the poison for quite a while, most of the time I'll just try to prevent me from dying by using my Estus flasks rather than just wasting all of my I say wasting, but using all of my poison stuff, because poison effects do come into play later in the game, so I want to conserve those as much as I can. Okay, maybe able to hear behind us. Here's some friendos. Oh. I'm not sure how that happened, but okay. I guess I got parried. Okay. Now down here, probably shouldn't have done this while I was injured, but got a treasure chest. And that fragrant branch of yore is a very important item. Now, one of the things you can do to counter the poison is you can use a couple of the health stone thingies, life gems, and it'll help you out quite a bit. So, the fragrant branch of yore. Apparently, I already had one. I didn't remember that. Those will cure petrification on other people. If you get petrified, you die, so you can't cure your own petrification. But we'll be using those to open up some areas later. In one particular area, there's a lot of guys who are petrified. Let's activate these guys. Apparently it didn't activate the rest of them. It's okay. Out of here? Okay. Now, you can see that there's kind of a set of boards over that entrance there. I don't believe these guys can hit you if you are just moving back and forth here, but let's go ahead and be careful, because those things can really wreck your day. I'd use poison, but I think they're immune to it. Okay. That makes fighting the other one much easier. But I'm not going to right now. Prisoner's waistcloth. These are interesting in that they are like the hat I'm wearing. I don't think the waistcloth is, but the other pieces are things that increase your item drop rate. And up here is this lever. It opens up that gate. Now, let's see if these guys can hit me from here. No. Oh, I guess they're not immune to the poison arrows, at least. They might be immune to the poison effect. Certainly do much less damage. Okay. So that's taken care of. Now, the reason I was willing to waste arrows on that is because there is a bonfire right here. And since I want to go get arrows, I might as well do that now. I don't think I have enough souls to level up. I'm pretty high level now. I don't know if they rebalanced anything for leveling or things like that. Did I pick up a, no. I'm kind of freaked out there. Oh, I do, but I don't really want to. I do have enough souls, that is. Okay.
I knew you'd be around.
Okay, so we want... I'm just gonna buy some wood arrows. Okay. One too many? Who cares?
people these days.
Shut up, dude. Alright, there is something I didn't do over here, and then I didn't get that bug from that one area. And you know what? Let's go ahead and upgrade our longbow.
Huh.
Oh, I don't even have a longbow. Well, it's not worth it to upgrade a short bow. I wish I had gotten one of those sea bows in the area past in the No Man's Wharf. The Vikings have the sea bows. You actually there is a thing I can do that would get me a bow. Because we have 2 of those branches, I can do something now. And I think this is the place I want to be. No. No, I want to be in the servants' quarters, I think. I don't know if I have enough souls for this, but I might have some soul items I can use. We're basically going to activate something of a vendor. Okay. And I'm glad I bought arrows before coming in here, because this is one of those places with those explodey guys. It's quite good to shoot, and I should probably equip those arrows, shouldn't I? Oh, right. Okay, we just want to go up here and push this barrel off. Don't know why I wanted to do that, but why not? Okay. This is the room I was referring to. And there we go. Did we get the key for this? I did. So 2 birds with 1 stone, huh? And there's just a hole here. There's not really much in here. But there is a petrified dragon bone and some fire bombs. This is what we were wanting to do. Use one of our frigate branch of yours. Blard. Here he is.
Still a bit stiff, I'm afraid. I must thank you, young traveler. I am I'm Strayed, a wandering sorcerer of sorts. I've been a guest for a very long time, but I don't think that anybody will miss me.
So this is Strayed. Apparently he got turned into a statue.
Very good. Very good indeed. Cursed one, weak you may be, but I, Strayed, will teach you my spells.
So if you don't have an intelligence of, I think it's 3, you can't talk to this guy. The Mock Jester, one of the best ones. It actually just looks like you're like, what? But, yeah, okay, you can buy some stuff from him. Including the Lingering Dragon Crest Ring, which is quite good for using buff spells in particular, I find. The ones for the weapons. Ring of Knowledge is used for increasing intelligence. I don't find that to be that useful. He sells some Rouge Waters, which are nice, and a bunch of spells, none of which I think that we'll be using all that much. Interestingly enough, he's got some healing spells, but whatever. Cast Light actually is really good. I want to buy that. So, but his main purpose is trading for souls. Your boss souls you can use, and I definitely have enough to turn in here. So, you can see here the Solar Pursuer can be turned into the Pursuer's Greatsword, Ultra Greatsword. The Warped Sword from the Flexile Sentry Soul. I just kind of mouse over them so you can see what they're about. Arc Soul's also from the Flexile Sentry Soul. Soul of the Last Giant makes the Giant Stone Axe. Some of these only have one option, some of them have multiple options. Like, I think this is the only one that the Giant can make. Barbed Club, also from the Flexile Sentry Soul. Gargoyle Bident, which is just a spear. And maybe it's a halberd, I don't know. I don't know what it's considered. Dragon Rider Halberd. Down here is the Dragon Rider Twin Blade. And I don't remember this one. I don't know. Chariot Lance from the Executioner's Chariot. It's really cool boss. And the Dragon Rider Bow, which you'll notice has strength scaling. It also deals a lot of magic damage. As you can see, 72 to 80. It's actually really good. For me, in particular, because it has such high strength scaling. Dexterity scaling was kind of shitty last time I played. I don't know if it's the same. This is a very interesting item because it, when you're shooting, you're also blocking. So if you're having a kind of a ranged duel with another character or an enemy, as long as you're aiming in first person, you'll be blocking. So that's cool. Pursuer's Great Shield from the Pursuer, and the Dragon Rider Great Shield. What I want to get here is the bow.
How long was I sat petrified? Long enough for the old kingdom to have crumbled, I see.
Maybe they just have a really bad king.
Why didn't anyone wake me sooner?
Strayed's kind of a jerk.
Drang Lake. I've never heard the name. Is that what they call this place now? Very good. Very good indeed.
Apparently likes this turn of events.
The cursed ones were imprisoned within this land. Of course, you came of your own free will. The people feared the cursed ones like a plague. Some people would rather keep dreadful things out of sight, out of mind. In the end, swept them up and corralled them here. So very typical of meek minds, don't you think?
Okay, so that explains a little bit, sort of like the undead asylum, this area.
Once people became aware of their own frailty, they seized anybody they found undesirable, cursed or no, and impounded them here. Whoever posed even the slightest threat was removed, all so that they could sleep better at night. They even turned the great Strayed into a stone. Many kingdoms rose and fell on this tract of earth. Mine was by no means the first. Anything that has a beginning also has an end. No flame, however brilliant, does not one day splutter and fade. But then, from the ashes, the flame reignites, and a new kingdom is born, sporting a new face. It is all a curse. And it is your cursed flesh that will inherit the flame.
How does he know that? It's interesting that he says it's his kingdom. And I wonder if he actually was the king or whatever.
Pyromancy was created by the ancient witch of fire. She harnessed the power of flame and melded it into pyromancy. The witch led her daughters into war against the Old Ones. But legends are legends. What are you prepared to believe?
I don't know. Bacon.
Drang Lake. Is that it? Don't just walk off, cursed one.
Okay.
Well, this is a most peculiar soul. Very good indeed. Unusual souls produce unusual spells.
Oh, that's something I didn't show. He actually will trade you spells for some of them, like the rat souls he will trade for spells. In particular, Toxic Mist. It deals a lot of damage. Useful for PvP, I guess. I've never tried to use it in PvE sort of stuff. But he's referring to, I believe, the ones that can make spells when he says that.
Feeble, cursed one. Let's hope the magnificence of my spells does not deter you.
Or he might be talking about one of the old souls. I don't think that he can make something with that anyway. So, let's go ahead and equip this. And so as you can see here, there's a bonfire, but every time you use the bonfire, those dudes will respawn. So, every time I come here, I'm going to have to kill those guys. I'll just have to remember that I haven't killed them. So this bow deals quite a great deal of damage, and is one of my favorite ranged weapons. Well, it is my favorite ranged weapon. One of the reasons I bothered to get up to the level of dexterity I got was to use this bow. I went up a little bit further. But, I think the range is the same on the longbow, but it does a lot of damage. And that didn't even come close. There are a couple bows that are longer ranged, but they use dexterity. And if I'm going to increase any of my stats, it's going to be strength, so. because of the style I'm playing with. I haven't tried too much of the dexterity stuff because I felt it was so bad at the beginning that I didn't really want to. Back up. I completely missed this item, and I almost walked off the edge. Nothing really major. Now I'll buy the rest of those items. Maybe off screen or something, but definitely when I have a surplus of souls. Now, I already did the thing here, so this is basically probably the second and last thing we have to do here. There's another thing we need to do with the blacksmith here. He's asking for an ember. We'll have to find that. And there's another place we can also use the what's it called? The other fragrant branch of yore, but I want to finish this up first before going over there. It's probably a better idea to go to that place first rather than doing this, but I'm going to do it this way. Just because of some of the things you can do. Now this part is kind of a pain in the ass. Oh no, there's a guy hidden here. Now, to access this area over here, you need to have him punch through the wall. And to get him to do that, like his ranged attacks are not enough. You need to actually have him hit it with his hand. Like that. Or him being close and trying to use his ranged attack also works. There we go. Oops, walked right into that. Alright. We get a torch, not useful. Soul lost and dead, also not useful. An old knight pike and an old knight great shield. Which are some items I'm probably not going to use. And a smooth and silky stone, which is useful for giving to the crows. Here's some jingly jangly from over there. Now there is a treasure chest over here, but as you can see there's no way back up. It's kind of a tough area. So what you want to do is, you can see that there's kind of poison mist in that hole. I'm just going to go right out and say that it's hard to see down there, but we have flame butterflies, so I was just making sure that we did. Because we want to light a torch for seeing better in the mist. Okay, here we get a poison stone and some rotten pine resin. Rotten pine resin being what is used to poison your weapons. Alright, and before I go down there, let's use one of these. Okay. There's actually more involved in that, actually. I could probably get back to the bonfire. Apparently not. So I went the wrong way. Interesting helmet that guy has. It was the next area I was thinking of that has more of a convoluted relationship with this area. So I might as well do that later. But there's this item up here. Can't really get to it. Have to come around this way. And you can hear those jingly jangles again. Let's go ahead and buff ourselves up, because this is kind of a tough area. As a matter of fact, let's equip our shield. Am I still... I'm fat rolling. That'll work. Okay, the main thing here is to just stay away from these guys. And just take them one at a time if you can. And just... because there's like 4 of these guys. Oh, crap! Thanks a lot, dude. I'll wait until they all jump down. Oh, I rolled right into that. My timing's a bit off here. That was not what I wanted to do. Get off me, bro. Whoa. That was nasty. Ooh, jeez. Getting owned here. There we go. These guys are dangerous enough on their own, but there's this huge, like, confined area. I actually hit my keyboard with my controller.